What the heck is going on at e.l.f. Cosmetics? From $1 mascara to a $1 billion deal, e.l.f. has come a long way, but not everyone is thrilled. Now, we all know and love e.l.f. Cosmetics because they built their brand reputation on low cost and accessible beauty, but lately the moves that they've been making have been feeling a little more rich. A little bit more money hungry, a little different, if you know what I'm saying. But can e.l.f. grow while staying the affordable brand we love, or is this the beginning of their downfall? In today's video, we're gonna dive into the $1 price increase, e.l.f.'s unusual marketing tactics, their non-stop product drops, and of course the $1 billion deal with Rhode Beauty that everybody is talking about. In a time where everything feels more expensive, from your favorite matcha to your go-to mascara, even the most budget-friendly brands aren't immune, and e.l.f. Cosmetics is finally joining the party, unfortunately. They recently announced the price change through a funny video.
I'm in a mood. Everything is more money.
And there's nothing holy about tariffs.
Yeah, it's a sticky situation for everyone.
It's terrifying.
If those costs hit me full on, I wouldn't be e.l.f.-affordable.
But e.l.f. has us covered, right? Right?
Wait, are we going up in price too?
Yeah, by $1. Oof.
Fingers crossed tariffs don't go up even more.
I'm still only $3.
So that's the story. We glow up and go up $1 August 1st.
The caption read, "We're so grateful for our community and want to be transparent about what's happening. While we're doing what we can to absorb as much as possible, our prices will go up to $1 starting August 1st. But don't worry, we're still affordable, with 75% of our products staying $10 and under." It seems from this post that they were really trying to make a light of the situation, but the comments were a little bit more complicated. Someone said, "If tariffs go down, do you plan to drop prices to what they were? Love the transparency, but I miss the days of $1, $2, and $3 products. Will you be paying your workers more in the adjustment? How are we supposed to afford anything when our income stays the same and prices go up?" To my surprise, e.l.f. actually responded to this comment saying, "We understand your concern. The shift is from increased tariffs, but not a shift in our values. We're always working behind the scenes to keep our value without compromising performance." Yeah, they definitely avoided some transparency there, because they didn't answer the question. But not everyone was upset, okay? A lot of fans actually praise e.l.f. for being transparent. "Thank you for being upfront and not going wild with price hikes. Still the most affordable brand out there. Honestly, love how transparent this is. Given the state of the world, $1 isn't even bad." But the TikTok comments were not having it. This person said, "If you're seeing this, this is not transparency. They're playing in your faces. You don't have money to sell at the same price, but you had $1 billion for Rhode? Oh, okay. Raising the prices so you could buy Hailey Bieber's mediocre brand for $1 billion. And of course I had to do a quick search because I'm always curious to know when brands are like sneakily raising their prices. Are they actually price gouging, or are they truly raising the price based on the state of the world and or economy? Just off of a really brief Google search, it seems like the last time that I could personally find when e.l.f. raised their prices was back in March of 2022. They actually made a more serious post that said, "We're grateful for our community and pride ourselves on being transparent. As we face a world of rising costs, prices on many of our products will increase. Most products impacted will increase in price by $1, while prices on some of your favorites will remain the same. You will see prices change starting March 7th, 2022. And according to this article from Investopedia, the e.l.f. Cosmetics CEO shared that they've only raised their prices 3 times in their 21-year history. About 75% of e.l.f.'s products are manufactured in China, where exports to the US are now subject to a 30% import tax, on top of an existing 25% tariff from 2019. This will reportedly increase their cost of goods sold by $50 million annually." Okay. So my take on this, first of all, I think it is wild to think about how e.l.f. started as this like $1 to $5 brand. I remember the first e.l.f. order I made. I was able to convince my mom to make this order because the products were so cheap, and to compare it to where they are now, insane transformation over the years. I think at the end of the day, what people love the most about e.l.f., aside from their new branding and their new marketing tactics, is the products themselves, but also their angle on budget-friendly, affordable products. Affordable is subjective, so I try not to use that word as often, but you know what I mean. They know their audience and the price range that the audience wants. So I can't help but wonder, at what point will they push it a little bit too far, and will they ever get to that point? I think right now their strategy of raising the price by $1 when it feels right and then communicating that in the most transparent way that they can is working for them. Even though there were some negative reactions, I do think most of the reactions I've seen are more positive, and compared to other brands that I've seen that literally raise the price right before my eyes by like $5 and $10 with no communication, to me, e.l.f. is doing more than what most brands do, because they're not making drastic price increases and they're warning you before you do. So you have until August 1st to buy whatever you love before having to pay an extra $1 for it. And just as I was planning this video, it was announced that e.l.f. is acquiring Rhode Beauty, Hailey Bieber's beauty line, for $1 billion, which is insane. I can't even imagine $1 billion. Never mind buying a beauty brand for $1 billion, a celebrity beauty brand. Personally, if it were me, I don't think Rhode Beauty is worth $1 billion. There's so much you could do with $1 million. There's so many other investments you can make with $1 billion. But then again, I'm not e.l.f. I don't see the ins and outs of businesses. So my opinion doesn't mean it's right, okay? But holy moly, is that crazy to me. And I think what made this super newsworthy is not just the $1 million, but it's also because Rhode Beauty is still a very young brand, and they sold fairly quickly for that amount of money. And according to the official e.l.f. press release, they said that the $1 billion deal is comprised of $800 million payable at closing and a combination of cash and stock, subject to customary adjustments, and an additional potential earnout of $200 million based on future brand growth over 3 years. Hailey Bieber will stay on as founder and take on roles as chief creative officer and head of innovation, overseeing product development, marketing, and strategy. She'll also serve as a strategic advisor to the combined companies. Coincidentally, which is not such a coincidence, definitely done on purpose, this announcement came after it was shared that Rhode Beauty is going to be available at Sephora. So they're getting their money's worth with their PR team because it's working. I'm talking about it. And if you didn't know, e.l.f. isn't just e.l.f. Cosmetics, the brand. They also have other companies under their umbrella. They own Well People, Keys Care, which I believe is Alicia Keys' skincare line, Naturium, which most of us already know if you're constantly on social media. And in the same press release, they said 5 years ago, the company launched e.l.f. Skin as its own brand to accelerate its potential in skincare. The acquisition of Naturium in 2023 then doubled the company's skincare presence. The agreement to acquire Rhode marks further diversification of e.l.f.'s beauty business into the prestige beauty channel and newer retail partners like Sephora. So yeah, e.l.f. definitely has a strategy going on. They seem to be really focusing on skincare and interested in diversifying into prestige beauty retailers, which to me I think is smart and makes sense, especially because they started as a brand that was known to be more affordable. I do think it's probably, well, this is a guess, okay, this is an assumption here, to keep the prices low, they need to expand in other ways to make more money. I also think this just confirms that e.l.f. is just getting started. They've been around for a while, but they're finally making some big moves to put their brand on the map as if it wasn't on the map already. And I'm super curious to see what this means for Rare Beauty. Rare Beauty, not Rare Beauty, Rhode Beauty. Oh gosh. I'm wondering if you might get more frequent drops. I personally want more makeup, but if e.l.f. cares to focus on skincare, we'll probably get more skincare from Rhode. I have tried their Rhode Peptide lip tints and their Rhode pocket blushes. Personally, I think that those products are mid. I liked them. I didn't hate them. I didn't think they were terrible, but I don't think e.l.f. bought Rhode Beauty for the products. I feel like e.l.f. found the value in Rhode because of Hailey Bieber and the celebrity name behind it and the face of Rhode Beauty. Because to me, the products are not worth $1 billion. Let's just say that one. You might have a different opinion. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this deal? Is e.l.f. gonna become the next L'Oreal? Do you think this $1 billion deal affected the decision to raise the price by $1? Or is it truly just because of the tariffs? But even with e.l.f.'s price increases, one thing hasn't changed, and it's their wild marketing. They have a very strong brand presence at this moment, and it keeps getting stronger. Honestly, I don't even think they have to try anymore. I feel like the internet does the work for them. So much so that people are now turning their e.l.f. Halo Glow filters into giant DIY lip gloss tubes. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a trend right now.
Okay, let's see. Last time I e.l.f. Halo Glow into a giant lip gloss, but this looks gross. Now I need to get this to this shade of pink. Let's add that. Oh, that's disgusting. A really pretty shade. Let's add this. Oh my god, wait, I think it's working. I think we did it. Okay, so this is what I want. Let's compare it to the one I made. And then this is the one I made. Oh my god, they look so similar.
And it's getting millions of views. For example, e.l.f. posted this video on May 15th that resulted in almost 10 million views. The comments on this video went crazy saying, imagine a giant power grip primer though? A brand that actually listens. You should call it e.l.f. Halo Glow Gloss. I think that e.l.f. should make it a kit. It could come with the e.l.f. Halo Glow container, but some of their lip glosses, and then they could partner with other brands to make a kit with their lip glosses too. Don't listen to these people. Just sell the container because making the lip gloss is part of the fun. This trend to me is actually bizarre, and I feel like it needs to be studied why something jumbo, like any beauty product that is jumbo, goes viral. What is the science behind this? And of course, e.l.f. being the brand that they are, they listened. And they actually launched a super size jumbo grip primer, which is 3 times the size. What do you think about this? Necessary? Smart? Genius? Or a little much? And right before announcing the price hike, they posted not 1, not 2, but 4 pigeon theme posts related to their e.l.f. Halo Glow filter. The first post started with, Halo Glow liquid filter is too fly. Don't pigeonhole this multi-talented glow booster. It's the glow getter that does it all. Then it came with an interesting twist. Wait, Pam the Pigeon, is this elfing play about us? Sharing so other brands don't make the same bird brain mistake. At this point, when I read this post, I'm like really confused, and I started to wonder, like, is Pam the Pigeon an account that e.l.f. Cosmetics made? Is there a real Pam the Pigeon out there? Or did they go out of their way to actually create that account? Because if they did, A for effort. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I was very confused and I did not get the bit. I didn't get the joke. Not at all. But then I did remember when I was watching Hulu, there was a commercial that came up for e.l.f. Cosmetics on the Halo Glow, and the entire theme of this commercial was the e.l.f. Halo Glow is not a one-trick pony, so their idea is that it does more than one thing.
The term one-trick pony is actually very offensive. The correct term is a multi-talented small-boned horse.
And so I'm like, oh, okay, so now it's not just the pony, it's the pigeon that they're making a joke about. Anyways, it makes more sense in the third post, but it gets a little crazier. Thank you at Pam the Pigeon for bringing this to our attention. We deeply apologize to pigeons everywhere for our careless use of the term pigeonhole. No animals were harmed, but some feelings were. We're halo glowing through it. We hear you, pigeons. We see you, ponies. Even our metaphors are cruelty-free now. And the hashtag apology tour 20 25. I can't tell if I hate this or I kind of think it's genius. Part of me hates the cringiness of brands like trying to create a persona and like be a person or be relatable or funny. It's a little cliche, a little cringe, a little overdone, but I do love the creativity and I can really appreciate that, especially with this. Yeah, it's a little much, but to end it with a cruelty-free, that was kind of genius, not gonna lie. And I was actually really surprised to see how positive the comments were about this marketing tactic, which means that it worked. People were obsessed. They said, actually the funniest marketing moment I've seen in a while. Thank you. The fact that I can't tell if this is real life or satire describes exactly where we are in 2025. Initially, I was very concerned for the well-being of your marketing team. Everyone gets their feathers ruffled so easily nowadays. So as you can tell, a lot of people really found this post fun that they added on to the bit. It shows that they're not afraid to be weird, they're self-aware, and they don't take themselves as a brand too seriously, which is very different from how they were years ago, like 2022, when they made their first price increase. What I will say though is I feel like the brand can get away with this tone of voice because their products speak for themselves. I do think that if you are a brand that has crappy customer service, crappy products, don't even bother with trying to have this tone of voice, because if you do, it's only gonna make people angry. Focus on your products, focus on your customer service, and then you can get away with stuff like this because people already love your brand, people already love your products and believe in it, so now this is just fun entertainment for them. But not only has e.l.f.'s marketing gotten better over the years, so have their product launches, and they have been launching a lot of new things lately. So I thought I would do a rapid fire a beauty critique to talk about the products because y'all know I love giving my opinions on new launches, but I also wanted to kind of see if any of these would be worth the extra dollar. Like, is it going to feel too much or does the price still feel reasonable? Okay, so the latest launch at the time of me filming this video is the new Halo Glow Skin Tint SPF 50. It's a lightweight serum like complexion product that delivers buildable coverage, minimal SPF protection, and a radiant skin-like finish, but the formula has people really talking about the niacinamide. Why does every single new product have to have niacinamide in it? Seriously, it's in everything. Niacinamide is my nemesis. Crying face, crying face. But others are really excited for this product. Am I the only one here who loves niacinamide? It does wonders for my oily combo skin. If I could drink it, I would. Finally, a minimal SPF from e.l.f. Yes. Now, my opinion on this product can be summarized by this one person's comment. They said, the tan shades are always so orange, like us olive undertone people don't exist. Their shade range to me is still a work in progress for the brand. I think it's like a decent range of shades, but in terms of olive undertones, I have not been able to find my shade in e.l.f. It's either too light or too orange for me, and so I'm always hesitant to buy complexion products from e.l.f. They're also launching a $5 sheer hydrating tint for lips and cheeks with a watery texture and a buildable transfer resistant finish infused with hyaluronic acid for extra hydration and available in 5 wearable shades. I feel like this is a product that is already going viral on social media because it's one of their dupe kind of products, and people are explaining it as a dupe of the Benetint, which I can 100% see, not just in the packaging but in some of the shades. And for the price, $5, I have no complaints here. Some of the comments are saying, okay, I love this, basically a better version of Benetint. They're coming for everyone's wig, and honestly, I love it. Other people are a little more cautious. Someone said, so many of these products are hard to blend, I'd love to see an application. I'm begging for a release that's original, crying face. Personally, I want both. I love the dupe. I feel like they would never get rid of the dupe concept and strategy because that's what they're known for, but I would also love to see more like innovation from e.l.f. I want them to kind of be more leading in that realm because I feel like they would do it really well and they already have such a strong brand presence. But another launch that actually fell under my radar, and I don't see a lot of people talking about this one, it's the new e.l.f. Incredible Mascara. It's a pitch black volumizing curl holding formula made to grip every lash and deliver bold volume with lifts that actually last. It's supposed to have a curved bristle brush for extra lift and for a smudge, flake, and clump resistant formula. I feel like this is being marketed towards me as someone who has very stubborn, stick straight lashes. But from my experience, all of the e.l.f. mascaras haven't really worked for me. And again, I'm very particular. So this is something that I would literally only want to put to the test to let you know whether or not it works for me, because I know a lot of you have some same issues as I do. This does retail for $8, which I guess if it was like a $1 increase, that's not terrible. Like that feels very in line with drugstore mascaras. It's not feeling like the normal e.l.f. price, but it feels like the normal drugstore price. So I don't think that's crazy at all. Now a drop that feels like old school e.l.f. Cosmetics is their new Smoky Kohl eyeliner. It's now available on their site and the app for $3. So even if they added $1 to this, it would be $4. I don't even know what I can buy with $3 or $4 anymore, aside from like a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. The eyeliner is marketed as a silky glide-on formula perfect for smoky eyes, easy to smudge and blend in 12 richly pigmented shades that last. Yeah, they did that. And hopefully it's good. And speaking of dirt cheap, they have an even dirtier cheap product launch. This is already launched, but they've launched new shades. It's their Cream Glide Lip Liner, now in 14 total shades. This is only $2. My mind is blown. What else could I have bought with $2? Nothing, because nothing is $2 anymore. I actually have purchased these before. Now I will say they don't last the longest because it's super creamy, super smooth, but also I feel like some people will like it for that reason. It does the job, and I'm so happy they're coming out with more shades because they need more shades. I would recommend it. And last but not least, I've mentioned this before, but I wanted to mention it again because it is a very popular product right now. They dropped the now viral Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balms. These are being compared to the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balms. And as someone who is willing to splurge on luxury high-end beauty, I do feel like it was so backwards how lip balms and like lip butter balms became popular starting with like high-end brands, because that used to be like a drugstore brand thing. Like if you wanted a lip balm, you go to the drugstore, you buy Chapstick, you buy Burt's Bees, you buy, I don't know what other brand, Lip Smackers or something like that, Carmex, Aquaphor. And then it got to a phase where it just became like a high-end thing, and we're paying $22 for a glossy lip balm. So we need drugstore. Keep up. Come out with the glossy lip balms at the drugstore, because truly I don't think that a lip balm needs to be $20. So yeah, I think it's pretty clear that e.l.f. Cosmetics isn't going anywhere and they're just getting started. I would not consider this the beginning of their downfall. I don't see any crazy signs of that anytime soon. And despite the price increase and their $1 million Rhode Beauty deal, I do feel like even with their recent launches, they are trying their best to stick to what made people love them in the first place. My only concern is how far can they go with all of these changes within their brand and their company before they take it a little too far and they lose what we actually love about the brand. Especially with the Rhode Beauty deal, it does seem like they're really diving into skincare and more prestige beauty and retailers like Sephora. So I'm wondering if that's only going to be in their investments and if that's going to affect e.l.f. Cosmetics as a whole in a positive or a negative way. So those are all of my thoughts and opinions about everything that's happening at e.l.f. Does the $1 price increase affect how you feel about e.l.f. as a brand? Are you still excited about all of their newest launches, or are they starting to lose their spark for you? Let me know in the comments below. Let's have a conversation, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!